Under the auspices of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the first edition of the Egypt International Cooperation Forum was launched in the presence of Egyptian and African ministers, development partners, businessmen, and economists.
Yeah, actually, we are very much delighted to see the first version of the International Cooperation Forum that is organized by Egypt today, because this is actually really timely, and we need actually now to put actually the efforts together so that we can really encounter all the challenges that is facing the member countries during the pandemic. So this timely forum is actually going to really discuss all the issues that is facing, of course, the member countries, and it will involve as well some suggestions and solutions of how to enhance cooperation among all partners, whether governments, private sector, international organizations, MDBs. So it is very timely and very important, really, for all of us to understand that without really having partnership, we will not be able to make a big difference actually in solving these issues.
A gathering was held of national, regional, and international policymakers, development partners, financial private sector companies, civil society organizations, and think tanks who embarked on an essential journey to tackle the role of multilateralism and international cooperation to engage for impact and realize the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda.
Well, actually, in Africa, and especially in my country, in Nigeria, we have a very large infrastructure deficit. We need to work, we don't have any option, we have to work with the private sector to be able to unlock financing that sits within the private sector, work in partnership with government to enable us to build out infrastructure, to enable us to roll out vaccine manufacturing and several other things that we require to industrialize our country. We're doing that in our country by liberalizing our fiscal regimes to make it more attractive for businesses to operate, by also unlocking the challenges that the businesses have, reducing bureaucracy, enhancing the infrastructure that businesses need, especially power, to be able to support the businesses to grow in Nigeria.
A press conference took place with Her Excellency Dr. Rania Al-Mashot, the Minister of International Cooperation, discussing the importance of the forum and the crucial topics it tackles and the role of multilateralism and international cooperation in achieving sustainable development goals.
So the main objective of of the forum over the next 2 days is to first of all bring in multilateral parties that are looking to support African countries, through COVID recovery. But it's also to bring in, government and private sector from other countries so that there can be a sharing of knowledge and experience on how to really recover, through this COVID period. Now, recovering, we want to build back better, but more boldly. And so it also means, doing that really with a greening perspective, okay? And the greening perspective is not nice to have. It's actually very important in terms of risk mitigation. It's very important in terms of optimizing the limited capital that public sector has. Because, for example, we have floods, across Africa. So we have to build back our roads and bridges in anticipation of those floods and not rather wait for them to be decimated by those floods. There is a commitment by the developed world, through agencies like the Green Climate Fund, to provide concessionary money that we can blend with, commercial money to invest in all of these greener infrastructure projects. And so we do hope that, this forum is just one of the important ways of convening us while we're in COVID, to create an urgency, to create the right partnerships, to create the right sharing of knowledge, so that collectively Africa emerges from this COVID pandemic stronger.
Egypt International Cooperation Forum is a two-day forum that is comprised of various discussions delving into the importance of collaboration for an inclusive and green future. Egypt International Cooperation Forum is a two-day forum that tackles discussions globally and locally to establish the green economy, sustainable development recovery during the COVID-19 pandemic. Menna El Desouky, Nile TV International.